and just hanging out here um, most of the day. Today is going to be kind of just a relaxed day today, so um, I am going to be doing a few Q&A questions for Amazon here. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask and put it in chat. And hopefully everybody's having a good day today. I know most of you guys are at work. It is early here, roughly around 10 a.m. So I am kind of enjoying my time here, relaxing, and figured I would get on and do a few Q&A questions. Yesterday was went out to dinner, and it was pretty good. It was did the Lyft scooter thing and drove around the Shark Stadium here at San Jose, and went out to eat in a few other places. So, but yeah, so hopefully everybody is doing good today. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your time. Sales are picking up. Sales are getting to that point where they're getting out of control, and so which is nice. I mean, so um, you don't want to let people know if you are new to this and you're out there and you are coming into Amazon for the very first time. It is always good to make sure you have training, make sure that you are aware of what you're doing, especially when you are selling on Amazon, because that's a beast within itself. So um, just want to make sure that you guys don't get kicked out for any reason, and make sure that you guys are doing everything correctly, because a lot of people do make mistakes and they do get kicked off of Amazon, and it's very hard to get right back on. So you have to make sure that you are doing everything that you guys should be doing. It's not often that I do get out, and today was a beautiful day for me just to sit back, relax, have a good time. Weather is great over here, and so I'm really enjoying my time here. Probably going to hear some cars pull up here because I'm right here in the patio. So hopefully that doesn't disturb you guys too much. But yeah, so there was a few questions that came across, and for merchant fulfilled and um, fulfilled by Amazon, which one was better? And you can't really say one's better than the other, as far as it's basically your preference, basically what you want to do. I mean, if you have a full time job and it's something that you can't fulfill the orders yourselves, then it's best to do a merchant fulfilled. They are going to charge you a little bit more, closer to 30% of your sales. So you got to be really, really careful. Make sure you have enough profits. Make sure that you're out there and you are doing, just selling products that are going to be very profitable. Um, for myself, I like to make 100% profit if I could. Sometimes I make a little over that, and I know that's a lot, but um, I buy products maybe that are around $4 or $5 and turn around and sell them for like anywhere in the neighborhood of 37 to 45 bucks on Amazon. So I know that profit is a lot more than that, but I'm just giving you hypotheticals um, of what is a good profit, profit for your particular product. What's up there, Illinois Picker? Um, so some of you guys out here are selling on Amazon already, and doing pretty well. And then there's some of you out here that are brand new, and I get a lot of people that are brand new. For some reason, it's they're still into that old, I guess, retail arbitrage, and nothing wrong with it. It's just that I feel like you can make a lot more profit and like make a lot more money uh, doing it other ways. So, uh, with that, you want to make sure um, that you go out and try to make as much profit as you can. Illinois Picker says, "How often do you match lowest price?" I match lowest price all the time. Um, if you're matching lowest price, that means that someone else is on your listing, and you if you have a very good product, you really don't need to get into a matching war. Um, what I like to do is I like to look at um, the price that is lower than mine, and I would look at um, their inventory. I would look at their um, status to find out how many reviews they've had on that product and everything else. And that right there, if you have somebody that's brand new that's just starting out, sometimes it's not even worth it to do match price because um, most of the time you're going to be winning the buy box if you have a good matrix anyway. Um, for example, I have I have 4.5 stars on my account, and I have over 500 reviews just on one product. So for me, it's kind of like if I find somebody who's trying to sell my product or what have you, then I will go out there and just to see what they're doing, and sometimes I won't even do the match price. Um, Illinois Picker says, I've been doing it several times per day and it helps sales. I'm also running the 10-cent campaign and current ACOS is 41%, trying to get it lower. Okay. Um, so, what you want to do is if you are at 41%, go ahead and lower your cost per click and make sure that you raise up your daily spend. Um, so a lot of times that helps too. On the campaign, I'm also checking it regularly to remove higher ACOS items. Yes, you can do that. What I would do is run a search term report and check your search term reports and find out what keywords are using up your campaigns and eliminate those keywords that you have really high clicks on and no sales. You can check that on your search term report, and that should help you out. And put those, put those the ones that are using a lot of spend. If they're not related, just put them into your negative keywords, and if you put it into your negative keywords in your campaign, they won't come up, and you'll have less spend. And if you have less spend, in other words, people are clicking on it and taking your budget, the negative keywords will eliminate that. Once it eliminates that, you're going to find that your ACOS will start to go down. And so, if that starts to go down, then obviously you'll get back on track to where you should be. So try that and see what happens. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully the weather is beautiful. I mean, it is nice out here. I'm talking, it's probably 75 degrees right now. Gonna probably be 85, and very very little wind. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so I am enjoying my time up here. So be on a plane pretty soon, heading back to LA, back to work, back to the grind, and back to sales. Getting ready for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I gotta get ready for Thanksgiving, guys. Also, I'm gonna have product of the month. I'm gonna be doing my research on that, getting ready for that, and yeah, getting ready for that for December 1st. Wow, Christmas right around the corner. How was your time away from LA? I'm still away from LA. I had a great time in Florida. Probably gonna end up going back pretty soon next year, hopefully. Gonna be checking out Miami and a few other places up there also. Uh, Definitely want to go. I think I'm going to. I'm scheduled to go to Sweden, um, and going to go up there for a little bit, and I think about a week or so, and take a holiday up there, and a few other places I want to go to. So, and it's nice when you can do that. I'm fortunate enough to where I'm making enough money to where I don't have to worry about it, and I'm enjoying my time, and hopefully a lot of you will get in that same position. You know, it's it's a long road, but it's a road that definitely you guys can definitely be on. Illinois Picker says sometimes I discover recently and fix for FBM. Had a buyer purchase many of the same products, but they only paid one shipping fee. I fixed that, and the shipping settings won't happen again. Yeah. You guys got to be really careful, and this is part of the training that we have at Tech Daddy Videos, and one of the things that you guys need to do is, um, if you are doing merchant fulfilled, there are a lot of people now that are catching on to ordering a bunch of products from you, right? They will order a bunch of products and then turn around and send you maybe one or two pieces back instead of the 100 pieces that they ordered. And Amazon doesn't really do anything about it. You can eliminate that by simply going into your products and put a maximum quantity that they can order to maybe like two instead of 10. So if somebody orders 10 orders from you and they only return one. See, all Amazon is looking at is the tracking number to make sure that you received it. They don't know what's in it. So a lot of guys will sit there, they will order a whole bunch of products and then turn around and then do a return request and screw the seller out of going out there and sending them back maybe one or two pieces. And the seller ends up losing out because the seller will go out there and try to contact Amazon, and Amazon's like, you know, these guys don't know. They're just customer service taking your complaint, and really they don't know. Other than tracking that person and going out there and making sure that that person doesn't do a lot of returns, Amazon will kind of keep an eye on it and so forth. But um, you can eliminate that by going out there and just on your product, just make sure that um, you go out and uh, put a minimum or maximum quantity on each order. And if you do that, and you put a maximum quantity of two instead of five or six, so when somebody wants to place an order and they order five, units from you, and each unit is $30, that's $150. But if they order, if they really want it, then what they're going to do is place five different orders because they have no choice. Um, but you can eliminate getting ripped off by just putting in a high quantity for your ordering, as set it at two or even one. So um, some people will say, "Well, I didn't get it," but yet the tracking number shows that it's been delivered, and then they ask for a refund and they get their money back and so forth, so forth. So, Fortnite stories. What's up there, Fortnite? Um, Illinois Picker says, Henry, why does this happen? In the campaign, I have items that say not in buy box, therefore ineligible. However, when I view inventory, it's in line with the buy box and should be eligible. Well, there's some products that are not eligible. For example, like books. You can't put books in a campaign; it won't allow you to do it. But there are some products that you will do a campaign on, and then it'll say that it's not eligible. Most of the time, when it's usually not eligible, it is because somebody has a lower price than you, and they are in the buy box. If you are doing, for example, you're doing a private label, you can, and it says not eligible. I would call Amazon and ask them why it's not eligible, and most of the time, they can give you an answer of why it's not, or it could be a mistake. So, uh, Fortnite Story says, do a lot of sellers do underweight shipping? Yeah, some do, but now it's getting harder and harder to try to do underweight shipping. If it's what I'm thinking that you're saying, that, for example, um, you want to go first class, and first class is up to 15 ounces, but yet the weight is 1 pound 3 ounces, but yet they'll put 15 ounces. If that's what I think that you're getting at, um, sometimes, like the United States Postal Service will catch that, and they'll just send the product right back. Sometimes it's not even worth it, because a lot of times they are catching it now, and they're either charging the customer for it, or they're sending the product right back to you. And if you're doing the underweight thing, and the customer gets the has to pay it, which has happened, um, then they're not going to give you a good review, and they're going to probably be pretty pissed off. So make sure that you have the correct weight, and try to send it as close as possible. Um, okay, Illinois Picker says, so if it's correct itself, it probably will. I'll if keep in line with lowest prices. Yes, make sure that you always have the lowest price. Um, and that kind of helps out. UPS will catch and send you a notification that you were charged a difference. Yes, they do. Um, a lot of times, though, if you're doing merchant fulfilled, I've seen them where they just come right back to you, and it just says return to sender. You know, and sometimes it doesn't make it past that point. How do people even profit from FBM? I profit from FBM every single day. It's easy. Um, Look, I buy products from China, from overseas, and I can get a product for $4 and sell it for $39, and I make a good profit off of it. If anything, Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon, is charging you 30%. Fulfilled by merchant is closer to 15%. So you're not paying as much. Yeah, you are shipping products out, and you are packaging it yourself, and you're doing the labor yourself, and all that. But say for example, somebody like myself, um, I get 100 to about 150 orders a day sometimes, where I have to do merchant fulfilled, and most of my morning, I'll package what I got from overnight and send it off to the post office. But um, I save a lot of money by not sending that particular product in to Amazon for fulfilled by Amazon, because they will charge you for the weight and everything else, and customer service, packaging, um, and they will charge you for it. Now, there are a few things that will benefit you if you do fulfilled by Amazon. A lot of it will go to the Prime members, but um, even now, merchant fulfilled, you can do merchant fulfilled Prime if you earn that badge. If you earn that badge, the Prime badge for merchant fulfilled, all the customer sees is um, products that are being sold through Prime, and so they know that once they get Prime, they get the free shipping, and kind of goes from there. So, um, let me see. Illinois Picker, profit is made at the time of purchase. Have to do research correctly, ensure your margins are good. Yes, absolutely. So you recommend selling FBM but not over a pound, because over a pound is very expensive. Yeah, so are overweight items like bike tires and everything else like that. So you have to make sure that it doesn't matter to. I mean, if it's over a pound, yeah, you expect to pay priority. You go through priority mail. Priority mail, you can send a couple of pounds, and it's going to cost you $6.95 if you're shipping it from California to the East Coast, and it's got 2 day priority. As long as you put it in the right box, make sure you put it in the right um, envelope. It shouldn't be an issue, because that's what Amazon is going to charge you anyway if they were to do it merchant fulfilled. So it just depends. I mean, um, you want to check it out first, weigh your product, um, find out which packaging that you can send. A lot of people don't know that you can actually get your packaging for free through the United States Postal Service. If you go onto the United States Postal Service website and order boxes, say for example, you're going to order boxes for like shoes or something, right? You're going to pay one price for that for priority mail. You get your you basically are going to be getting all your shipping through Amazon. They have a special price. It is cheaper. I have taken it priority mail to the United States Postal Service and have paid $11 to $13 for priority mail. But when I go and I create my label going through um, Amazon, it's about $6.95. So it's way cheaper than the Postal Service could do it themselves. And if you go onto the United States Postal Service website, you can go into the boxes and order them, and they'll send them to you for absolutely free. They'll send any priority mailbox to you, to your home or to your business, for absolutely free. You can just order and have it sent to you, and before you know it, your postal carrier is dropping it off at your front door. And that's a good way of getting boxes. You know, but then there's other options too. I order a lot of my merchandise, a lot of my uh, shipping labels, a lot of the envelopes, anything the bubble envelopes, that is all being sent. I'm actually buying that through Amazon, and that's all write off, guys, and that you can write all that stuff off. Just make sure that you account for it every single sale, and put it in your worksheet, and you're fine. You guys should be able to write everything and all your expenses and everything that you've spent, especially for merchant fulfilled products. So, Fortnite, hopefully I answered your question. Craig says, "Hi Henry, how do I add a variation when I've already created a listing?" You can't. Nowadays, you have to add the variations when you are doing the listing itself. Um, so when you do the listing yourself, then when you're creating that particular listing, it's going to say add variations. You can do that. I'm not sure if you go into edit now, you might be able to add a variation. I don't think you could, to be honest, because it's been a long time since I've added variations. Um, I don't like to add variations if I don't have to, because if I can keep track of one particular listing, so if I'm selling, for example, I'm selling a blue um, cell phone and I'm selling a red cell phone, I don't like to put them under variations. I like to keep them separate. That way I can keep track of how many are being sold. I can do a campaign just separately instead of with all the variations. So I have better track of what is being bought, and it helps that way. But a lot of people like doing variations because they can just add it onto it and kind of keep it all in one listing. In which some ways it's good, but in some ways it's kind of like it's bad. So it's bad in an aspect where you can't keep really good track of your sales because you're under one umbrella, one big umbrella. If you're doing it separately, then you can keep track of all your sales and know what color is selling better or what size is selling better or what have you. It's just better to kind of keep track on that. Fortnite Story says, so how do you get the Prime badge? Because I have second day at the moment. You got to go into your back office and I'm not sure what it's under, if it's under notifications or something, or it might be under the settings, but they offer Prime shipping. I think it's under your shipping, if I'm not mistaken. They will offer Prime shipping, and you or say eligible for Prime shipping. You can do that. Another way to do that is do a search in your back office for Prime shipping or help, and that that may that may help you there. So, um, as far as that, yeah, no problem, Craig. Thanks, Henry. Roger. So, but yeah, it's I'm enjoying my day here again, once again, here in San Jose, California. I wanted to fly my drone out today, but unfortunately, I am in a path of the airplanes, so I can't even take it up. So there goes my fun. But later on today, I think I'm gonna get on one of those little scooters and ride around San Jose again and kind of cruise there. So, does Amazon provide Amazon box? No, no, they absolutely don't. Amazon boxes that have the Amazon logo is strictly for Amazon. You cannot buy them. You cannot find them. And if you do, let me know because I'd love to buy those boxes. You could go out and order products like I order products. Um, I will order products. Um, I will order products and whatever box it came in, I'll save that box and then I can send it out that way and kind of go from there. What kind of drone? I have um, I have the Mavic 2 Pro Zoom, and I also have the oh gosh, what was the other one? Phantom 4 Pro. Um, but I like the I like the zoom really good. I got some really good footage. Hey, I got my thumbs down. Got my thumbs down. I appreciate it. I always get my I got to bring that up because somebody always gives me a thumbs down, and I always have one thumbs down on my videos. But I get quite a bit of thumbs up, so I really appreciate the guys that do give me the thumbs up. So I just get a kick out of it because whoever gives me a thumbs down is still watching me. So that's cool. All right. Um, Illinois Picker says you can get free boxes in your community anywhere. Go to the grocery store and ask the workers. Yes, and if you have all the boxes from the product they're putting on the shelves, they will gladly give it to you. Yes, absolutely. I mean, nowadays boxes are getting very expensive. If you like go to the UPS store, and I literally paid because I needed a box. I paid $11 for the box after I shipped it out. And that was a mistake that I did because I was in a hurry and I was like, okay, why don't I go ahead and just send it, package it. So I had UPS store package it, and before I knew it, um, my charges were like just $12 for the box itself, and it just blew me away. So that's good advice, Illinois Pickers. Thank you for letting my viewers know how to do that, and yeah, it does help. I mean, so as a matter of fact, see here. Um, there you go. I'll just put that on there for you guys. You guys can see that, and you can get free boxes in your community everywhere. Go to the grocery store and ask the workers if they have all the boxes from the products that they are putting on the shelves. They will gladly give it to you. Appreciate that. Yeah, that is true. Because, I mean, you don't want to pay any more money than you have to. Um, I do like to order, if I can get away with it, I will definitely order, for example, I will order some some bags and all that ahead of time. That way, when I do ship out, I can ship it out and not have to worry about it. Like, for example, I just did this probably all of about maybe an hour ago. Is I went onto my Amazon. I had to order more two-piece paper, shipping paper, to or shipping labels to send out, and so I ordered them, and it was like $13 for 200 sheets, and ordered a couple of those. So when I get back, I'll have plenty for my merchant fulfilled to ship that out. So you just got to be on top of your game. Got to go out there and make sure that you are sending out your products and having your all your paper, all your um, plastics, and all your cardboards and everything else. To get out there and ship out if you're doing merchant fulfilled. And that's one of the biggest things is paper, ink, uh, labels, and so forth. And as long as you have that, you're prepared. You shouldn't have no issues. And you want to make sure that you send products out on time, because once you get that order itself, you will be able to, you got to send it out as quickly as possible. And that's the best thing to do is send it out as quick as possible and try um, to go out there and um, get that order out as fast as you can. Also for newbies, don't worry about people staring at you and wondering what you are doing. Who cares? Make that money. That's true. That is true. Craig says, all right, let me see what this says here. What is the best way to sell one product by sitting for 3 months? I don't want to lower the cost. Can I make cheap ad for one day and $90 right now? What's your expertise at this? Craig, um, if you are going out and you have a product that's been sitting for about 3 months, obviously the product is not good, or somebody else is undercutting you to where you're not getting the buy box and you're not selling, or they're doing a better campaign than you, or they're doing something better than you. Maybe their listing is has better keywords than you. So what I would do is definitely try to get rid of it and not sell that product again. So if you could turn around and sell that and lower your cost, lower the price on it, try to get rid of it. And a learning lesson. I mean, not everything is going to sell fast right away on Amazon, but the good products do. I have a product that I didn't even think that was going to do any good, and that thing blows out every single time I put a listing up. I can't keep it on the shelf. The only problem is it's hard to find, and so when I do find it, then I can go out and buy it and put it up, knowing that I'm going to sell that particular product. So hopefully that helps you. But yeah, just I mean, if you could simply go out there and just lower the price the best you can, and try to just get rid of it. That would be the best thing for you to do. Fortnite Story says I'm going to start selling Amazon brand boxes used. Well, good luck. Try selling that on Amazon and see if your listing stays up. I'm not going to do it. Um, your listing, you can sell them on eBay, Amazon boxes, I'm sure, but I don't think you could put a listing for Amazon boxes up, or I haven't seen it up on Amazon. Do a search on that, see if you can find it, but I don't think you'll be able to find that on Amazon. So, okay, all right. Hopefully that helps you out, Craig. And good question, by the way. So, yeah, you guys just gonna have to stay on top of it. Make sure that you are on top of your listings. If you get an opportunity to go out there and find good keywords and get those keywords optimized, then you're going to do good. And here's the thing, you know, if I can give anybody any piece of advice, that would be find a product that's going to sell on Amazon. That's it. It is hard to do. It is something that um, a lot of people struggle with, but that is something that I give in my Amazon A to Z course. I do the research on it, I do the homework on it, I buy the product, I sell the product, and I make money off of it. Um, and I've been doing this for 12 years. And to me, it's like um, I only have 36 products out of 12 years that I sell that make me really, really good money. And so when I put up a listing and I want to make sure that that product is good, so I do my research on that, whether I'm checking it through Jungle Scout or ASIN Inspector Pro or um, Helium 10 or these other uh, places out there, then it's all about research. So if you have the research and you know that you're doing the research, then it's all going to work out, good for you. So um, Illinois Picker says checking updated keywords on Keyword Tool Dominator now for the most popular listing. I bought the full version and it's worth it. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of keywords um, places you can check. I mean, I have tons of them that I use, um, but I like to do my Google research. I go into Google. A lot of times, too, is when you are out and you are, for example, if you are going to Amazon and you are just typing in something, type in something, we'll say, I don't know, cell phone cases. Yeah, and you put it in the little search bar and type it in very slowly. If you type in cell and just one letter at a time, you're going to see suggested keywords that come up. That's a good way of finding keywords that you're not even thinking about because Amazon is already giving you those keywords. Excuse me. They're giving you those keywords as suggested keywords, and the suggested keywords are just as powerful as some of the other keywords you're doing on some of these other keyword platforms where you're paying for it and you're trying to find it. Um, there are some keywords that these platforms have that will give you the dollars and cents that you're going to be spending on that particular keyword or anything like that. But really, I mean, there are tons and tons of keywords that I can use, um, and I, what I would do is, in my training, this is what I kind of show you, and when I talk about this keyword research, it's all about optimizing your listing. If your listing is optimized with all the keywords when you first create the listing, it is so much easier if you know what categories that you're filling out, what categories should be filled out, what sections should be filled out, what keywords go in what section. All that's in there. So when for example, um, search terms used to be the main category for keywords, and people still think that that's the main category, but it's not. It's other places where you got to put these keywords now that your listing will be found a lot simpler and a lot easier because um, the keywords are not in the search term. And search term, people will put their titles in there now, uh, and it's kind of like it's a lot different now than it was 3 or 4 years ago. Things are changing, and they continue to change, and you have to stay on top of that. Um, All right. Let's see here. Fortnite stories. I have a listing that every time I want to optimize it, it's a nightmare because it doesn't update until I contact catalog team. Yeah, you're right. And the listing it's glitched and it doesn't show key features and I don't rank. Yeah, that is the story of a lot of people's lives there, Fortnite. That right there is the algorithm doesn't pick it up. There's a reason for that. Because now things have changed. Now you cannot simply go in there and change the keywords now. You can. I mean, you can go in there and change it. And uh, this is one of the complaints that I get all the time is that they'll go in there, they'll change the keywords, and once they go out and change these keywords, and then it'll say your listing will be updated in 15 minutes. It doesn't update. The reason why it doesn't update is because they want you to call customer service, the catalog department, so the catalog department can check your listing to make sure everything is correct the way it should be now. And once that's done and they see it, they'll correct it, they'll update it, and then now you're back in business. The only problem is you're in the back of the line now. So now it's going to take a lot more to go out and try to um, get all the sales that you were getting before because you're thinking that, yeah, I'm putting these new keywords in, but what you're really doing is you're basically changing the listing to where Amazon thinks that it's a brand new listing, and now you're in the back of the line, and now you have to work just as hard by going out there and doing that. So, um, it's this is where I come in and I tell you, look, you're going to have to go out and create a brand new listing, and if you want to do any types of changes, just use the same ASIN if you can. Create the our UPC code and it'll create a new ASIN. And once that happens, then you can go out there and create a brand new listing and put all the keywords and make sure that it's optimized before you go out and send everything in. Because right now, a lot of things are being changed to where you can't do it anymore. It's just something that is not easily being done because Amazon is making things more difficult. You guys wait till after the first of the year. I'm telling you right now. For those of you that are brand new, I feel sorry for you guys because if you don't have the training and you don't have the proper knowledge, um, then you're going to struggle and you're going to have a hard time. I get a lot of people that come into my course, take my course because I'm updating my course, and they come in and they sit there and they go, well, what about this? And I'm like, no, that doesn't work anymore. And this is why we're making the changes because there are things there that I will get and I will receive, and I will know that this change is coming, and you have to go out and if you don't know, you're screwed. And so you want to make sure that you're on top of it. Um, so the best you can do to the listing the first time, the better. I mean, yeah, I mean, you want to go out and have a listing that is fully optimized before you even put it onto Amazon. Okay. What's ranking nowadays? Well, there's a lot of stuff that ranks. I mean, just go into your bestsellers and you'll find out what's ranking. Every see, this is what people don't understand. A lot of stuff sells on Amazon. A lot of stuff that you couldn't imagine sells on Amazon, and it ranks number one, ranks number two, ranks number four, whatever. There's a lot of products that sell on Amazon that will rank. Um, and ranking basically is you just selling a product over and over and over again, and that continues to sell. I mean, and this is where a lot of guys get in trouble where they're not ranking is because they're selling different products, and they sell this one product one time, and then that's it, and then another product. But all they're doing is helping their their back office, but they're not really helping their ranking when it comes to selling the product over and over and over again. So, for example, if you're selling like a briefcase or something, and you're going out and you're selling that every single day, and you sell 100 of those or 150 of those, then you're going to rank better on Amazon than you are just selling one a day. So, or if you're selling, say you're selling 100 different items, that 100 different items right there, that 100 different items, if you sold 100 different items, then basically you're not going to get ranked, because you're not ranking on your whole sales. You're ranking on what products that you sell over and over and over again. What's up there, Crypto Truck? Hello. What do you think about NCX Voice of Customer? I never heard of it, to be honest. Voice of Customer. I have to look at that because I really don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I definitely have to take a look at that because I don't know exactly what that is. Or maybe I'm just misreading it. Who knows? The sunlight is killing me over here. Go ahead. Let me go ahead and switch over if I can. All right. That's better. Much, much better. All right, guys. Well, been on here for quite a bit, going on 50 minutes already. So it's pretty good. Hopefully I answered some of you guys' questions. Hopefully that all got answered. Still early though. It's only 10:46. Awesome. I don't know if you guys can hear the airplanes flying over, but yeah, it's beautiful day here in San Jose, and lots of places to eat. And it's ridiculous. I had Jamaican food yesterday, and that was nice. So, but yeah, sales are going to pick up next week. Next week, for some of you guys out there, get ready for Black Friday. Black Friday sales. There's a lot of sales going on, and sometimes, and this is what some people will do too, is they look at the Black Friday sales, try to get them really, really cheap, and turn around and sell them for Christmas. Um, and a lot of people do that. There was one product that one of my students um, bought, and I was pretty impressed. He actually bought like an imitation GoPro for $20. Literally, it was he got it from I think a major. It was like a Home Depot or something, and they were selling these. Um, they were selling them for $11 and something. Said they had a 2 day special on them, and he told me that he was selling these for $49 on Amazon um, right after in December. He literally bought a whole bunch of them, bought all of them that he can buy. I think he bought like 70 of them, and turned around and sold them. Was selling them for like $49, and just sold out before Christmas. And just some of the things that I don't suggest that you do, but it's just something that you can go out and you could possibly do that helps you out during the Christmas holidays, get you a little bit of extra money for the holidays and so forth. But I mean, other than that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that does rank nowadays on Amazon, and it doesn't matter if it's a tool or it doesn't matter if it's you know anything. So, uh, Plosky, what's up there, Plosky? What's the best place? What's the best place to start research for starting Amazon business, which is actual information right now? Um, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of people selling a lot of products, a lot of research tools, and they always say that they're the best and what have you. I combine my training with all my research tools. I get all my research tools, whether I'm using Jungle Scout, Asian Inspector Pro, I'm using other programs out there, um, for keyword research, Helium 10. There's just a lot of them that I do use, and I combine all of them together. But I do give out a product of a month every single month that make quite a bit of money. I look for products that do around $40,000 to $60,000 a month. I look for products that do about 120 to 200 sales a day. I look for products that are well over $25 that are going to make you money. I don't look for the smaller products. Um, I will buy products from overseas that roughly cost me about anywhere from $8 to $15 a piece because you have less competition. There are people out there that will buy products for $1 or $2, but you have a lot more competition because everybody else is buying the exact same thing because they can afford that. But then you have other sellers out there that will um, go out and buy products that are $10 a piece, put their name on it, private label it, and sell it for 49, 50, $70. So they're able to sell it at a higher price and make more profit off of it. It's just a lot of people are just kind of scared of that and intimidated by that. So they kind of like, well, I don't know if I that's a lot of money, but it's a gamble. It's what you do and what you sell and what you how you list your listing and how good you list your listing. There's a lot of things that come into play. This is why there's 70% of people fail when they sell on Amazon. They fail because they don't know what they're doing, or they get themselves into trouble, get themselves red flagged, get themselves banned, and there's just a lot of things that they do wrong, and they don't have the proper training, they don't have the knowledge, um, and it hurts them. So, um, Fortnite Story says wholesale or private label. It's a good question. I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm gonna tell you what I've done and where I'm at. And so I started out wholesaling. So I can't talk bad about wholesaling. I started with one pellet, and then I was buying 15 pellets at a time, tractor trailer fulls, sending them to my warehouse, sending them into Amazon, having hiring employees to go out there and separate it. And so I did wholesale, and I'm talking pellets, lots and lots of pellets, and sending that all in. Made a lot of money off of it. Made tons of money off of it. Um, Private label is a lot easier. It is something that if you private label your own product, you put your own name on it. It's harder for people to go out there and try to sell your product because it's your brand and it's your name. So you want to make sure that you're always on top of that. And if you private label a product and then you go out and you um, follow your product and make sure that um, nobody else is trying to steal your product on Amazon, then you're going to have should have constant sales if it's a good product. So so to each its own. You can either wholesale or you can private label. You can do retail arbitrage. You can do drop shipping. Whatever tickles your fancy. Whatever you feel that you're going to make the most money off of. But if it was me, and I'm doing this out of my 12 years experience, I'm telling you, the least is going to make you amount of money is drop shipping, then retail arbitrage, and then from retail arbitrage it goes into wholesaling, and then from wholesaling to private label. And if you can you look at the big picture, drop shipping is going to give you the least amount of profit. Some people may say different. um, then retail arbitrage, and then you start getting into wholesaling, and then private label. And you just got to remember, if you get to get the product really, really cheap, and the product is enough for you to make enough profit off of, then why not? You can make quite a bit of money off of that. Rabia Sif. Henry, thank you very much for the way you taught me. After doing the campaign, my sales increased. Oh man, that's awesome. That is awesome. I appreciate that, man. It's always good to have, good recognition. It's always good when somebody tells you that, hey, it's working. It works for you. I've always believed in my system. I've always believed in, what I've taught, and I've always believed of what I've knowledge that I've given people, and they pay for that. They pay for my knowledge, and I'll be the first to admit I'm not going to give it out for free because I know how powerful it is, and I know it works. And I get people telling me all the time, hey Henry, I'm taking my cruise for the very first time. I made $10,000 this month. And I get these in emails, and people are excited and they're happy, and it just drives me even more. And I love doing videos like this because they're like testimonials. So I appreciate that, Rabia. Um, and thank you for taking my course, and thank you for watching the videos. And obviously, now you're making more money. Good. And just follow it, follow the campaigns, follow exactly what I tell you to do, and you should start making money. And people out there who want to make that little extra money, they should be doing the same exact thing. Um, Here's the thing: is I don't cater to just anybody. Look, anybody can sell on Amazon. That's a given. Um, it's a matter of, do you have time to do it? For one, um, who should be targeted? You know, Believe it or not, the older generation are the ones that are starting to realize and starting to make um, money, and the single parents, the that stay-at-home mom that's out there, she's making money, and going out there and doing their thing. Um, so I hear it from a lot of people. I hear it from elderly people that are saying, you know what, I have my retirement. I'm going to try this, and before you know it, they're going out there, they're trying it, and all of a sudden they start making an additional, 2,000 a month, or 5,000 a month, or 10,000 a month. And the more that they do, the more that they're finding out that they're starting to make these sales. And believe me, I've had people who come up to me and have seen me out on the street and seen my videos, and have talked to me and have signed up for my course, and have now they're starting to make money, and they're going, wow, you should be charging a lot more for this. And I understand that, but I want to make it affordable for everybody. And I've always felt that way. I always felt like, look, if I can give you the knowledge and give you the things that you need to know to be successful while selling on Amazon, then I've accomplished a lot if I can give it to many people instead of just to a few people who could afford my course. You know, and honestly, there's other people that have spent a hell of a lot more money on these courses. You're talking in the range anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000 for a course, and about the time that they get their products, they're looking roughly around $30,000. And that's something that I don't do, and I don't like to do that because they're selling you old products. They're selling you products that have been that don't work, and you hear it all the time. There's one lady that has, I guess, uh, I don't know what it is. It's just a little commercial or a spot or what have you, and she talks about selling these solar eclipse glasses, that the solar eclipse comes around every 4 or 8 years or whatever they comes out, but yet she's made thousands of dollars, which I think is all bullshit to me. Because you know Amazon, you want to sell products every single day. Every single day. I sell products right now. I'm on vacation in San Jose. I'm enjoying myself, having a good time. talking to you guys, and I'm making money. I'm still making money. I'm making money up because I sent my products into Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon. And even when I'm on vacation, and even when I put myself on vacation, product still sells. It's in the Amazon warehouse. That's the nice thing about fulfilled by Amazon. If it's merchant fulfilled, that's a different story. You put yourself on vacation, your sales stop automatically. But if you have products in Amazon's warehouse, Amazon's doing the product for you. They're selling the product for you, and they're still making their money. So, you know, with that being said, thank you very much. I really appreciate that comment. And crypto truck dashboard. Issued products. Yeah, I. It's not something that. Sorry, guys, I got somebody strolling by over here. Performance and voice of customer. Yeah, it's not something that I really look into. I really don't need to look into that, but yeah, it's not something that I do. Fortnite. I tried the 10-cent campaign. I spent $2 and made $50. There you go. Now, see, here's the thing: is if you spent $2 and you made $50 off of it, was your campaign $10 a day? Was it $50 a day? Was it $100 a day? Was it $150 a day? Because if you spent $2 on the campaign, people are obviously looking at your campaign. Okay? But you made $50, so that's $25 a sale. So what I would do if I was you, Fortnite, is I would bump that up. If you were doing $20 a day, bump it to $100 a day. Don't get scared. Don't get intimidated. Because if your price is so low on the cost per click, you're not going to spend that much money. If you only spend $2, then you're obviously, the 10-cent campaign is very low to where you can advertise a $150 budget or $200 budget a day and get away with maybe $2 in sales, $4 or $5 in sales. But if you're making $50 off of it, you made money. So you're not really losing money. And your ACOS, your ad cost of sales, are probably around 10% to 15%, which is great because you're not spending a lot of money, but you made a lot of money in your sales. So if it's your sales and your sales divided by the money that you spent is your advertising cost of sales, that's where it comes up. So you want to make sure that if it was the other way around, you were spending $50 and you made $2 in sales, then your ACOS would be at 150%. Yes, $100 a day. Okay, good. So if it's $100 a day, and you're doing 10-cent campaign, bump it up to 20 cents, bump it up another 10 cents, and you're going to get more impressions. And if you get 20,000 impressions, you bump it up another 10 cents. So instead of it being a 10-cent campaign now, it's a 20-cent campaign. Or if you bump it up to 30 cents, you're going to get more impressions. And every time you bump it up higher, cost per click, your impressions should go higher. So your impressions, if people don't know what that is every time if I see Fortnite Stories ad, and it's an ad, and it's right up on top. So if he's selling, for example, he's selling, I don't know, he's selling socks or something, and when he's selling socks, his listing comes up, and when his listing comes up, it comes up on top. That's an impression. Now, if I click on it, then he gets charged for that. But you never know. I might buy it. Who knows? All right. Crypto Truck says, okay. It says, and I use your strategies, 10-cent ads that give me tons of impressions, not many sales, but May's strategy is impressions is a good way. May's strategy is impressions is a good way. I don't exactly know what you're asking on this. I use your strategy, 10-cent ads that give me tons of impressions. Well, if you're getting tons of impressions, but you're not getting sales, it may be your product. Your product may not be very, very good. Um, because if you're getting impressions, your keywords are good, and that means that it's being seen. So your product is actually being seen because if you're getting impressions, that means that your product is being seen because of the keywords. Okay. And Fortnite Story says, I got the sales from Loose Match. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter because there's three different match types. And so when you're looking at that, go back into your campaign, go back into your loose match, and then when you see the loose match, find out what you are paying for that per click, and increase that. And if you increase that, because that's where it's giving you the sales, see if that helps you out a little bit more. And don't increase the other ones. Leave the other ones alone because you want to concentrate and use all your efforts towards the sales or towards the match that is making you the most sales. Obviously, for you, it's loose match. And so uh, put a little bit more emphasis um, on that. And once you do that, hopefully you get more sales. And then you also want to make sure that you um, bump up your campaign a little bit. Instead of $100 a day, do it to $150 a day, and go from there and see if that helps you out any better. What I like to do is I like to be really aggressive on my campaigns over the weekends because I find out that my product over the weekend sells extremely well. I will start on a Thursday night and I will really hit my products until Monday evening. Um, Even Monday sales, sometimes my Monday sales will be a lot better than my Sunday sales or my Saturday sales put together, just because there's more people that are done with the weekend. They're at work. They're checking out Amazon. They're doing their shopping. There's a lot of you guys out there that do that, and then all of a sudden the sales start coming in. You're like, wow, why are there so many sales today than there was yesterday? I had more sales today, and it's just because there's more people out there looking, shopping, and doing their thing. And um, you know, you want to be really aggressive with your campaigns. If we're going to talk about campaigns right now, you're going to be really aggressive on your campaigns this month. Um, you really have to because you have Black Friday coming, which is huge. You have Christmas coming, and then even on the, I guess, Australia, they have Boxing Day, uh, and the UK, I think it is. Um, so those sales are really, really good. And you have Amazon in Australia now. So Boxing Day is going to be really good. And you want to make sure that you go out there and get your product in and make sure that you get your sales going. And once you do that, you should be fine. Um, Sales should start pick up for you. Just depends what you're selling. All right, guys. Well, this has been going on, I think, roughly about an hour. Yeah, an hour and 10 minutes. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. I got that person coming back again. Um, Thanks for the thumbs up. I'm going to call this a day, and maybe I might get on tonight. Who knows? We'll see. But you guys have a good one. I appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. I'll let you know when I do come on. And thank you guys for all the thumbs up. Thank you, one person, for the thumbs down. Really appreciate it. I can always depend on you. And you guys have a good one, man. I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys soon. All right, guys. Peace. See ya.